Good morning, beautiful people. I'm out here with my dog this morning, my mobility service dog. And that's the bad thing about him being Pyrenees mix. He thinks he's got to look everywhere, scope, check everything out. Yes, my baby, baby. Now, I made a video between 12 and 1 this morning. Just couldn't sleep. Darn insomnia, kicking my butt. So, but he has his harness on. He has a 10-inch traffic leash. The harness and the 10-inch traffic leash I got from Ripper Dog Gear. Now the harness right here, the black one, that came from ActiveDogs.com. They're a little expensive, but they have good products. Now, their products are good. I'm not going to say anything bad about it. Now, I will try Ripper Dog Gear again. Now, she has excellent products. She does beautiful work, especially on the patches that you add to the vest or the harness or things like that. Now, me personally, I tend not to do that. I hope this pit bull around this curve up here is not outside, because I didn't bring my cane with me, because I figure I got my mobility service dog. If I need anything picked up off the floor, he picks it up for me. Now, a lot of people think that mobility service dogs are just there for you to lean on if you need it and everything. They can be. But the mobility service dog also is picking things up for you that you're not able to pick up. So I had turned around and I started thinking about it. I was like, okay, I have a torn tendon in my knee. Yes, I could have surgery for it. No, I won't do it. I'm a cupcake. I'm a buttercup. I'm too Gucci for that. No, I know bone surgery hurts bad, and I'm not doing it. Check in. Good so. So, and then I had stepped off a curb late last year, November, December, I can't remember. And I tore a couple of tendons between my ankle, my right ankle, and my right foot. It hurts. It hurts like a dickens. I ain't gonna lie about that. Do I take anything for it? No. Do I want to take anything for it? Oh, I would love to. But like the old saying goes, be blessed every morning that you get up. If you're feeling pain, you're alive, honey. So, and it's a reminder for me not to complain about anything, which I do. I'll be the first one to admit it. I take accountability for that one. I do. And try not to, but I have. So, yeah, let's hope this dog is not out. I'm not in the mood for this dog. It's a beautiful red and white pit bull mix, but I'm beyond irritated with this dog. It's very reactive. It runs up on my legitimate mobility service dog, and I'm not going to have it. I'm not. My dog comes first over somebody's loose dog. And it doesn't matter if it's pit bull. I don't care if it's a damn chihuahua. If it's out here being reactive, I'm going to call it out. Damn junkyard, Sanford and Son. I'm not saying a word. No, code enforcement don't want to do anything about that yard. That's fine. but they sure will get on somebody for having high grass. It don't make no sense. It's my baby. Huh. Good soul. That's right. Check in. Check in. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah, I figured, I'm going to walk to the bank this morning. I'm not taking my cane with me. I have a dog, and this is what he's meant for. And he does, that's part of his task, is to keep me steady, stable, up on my feet, and he keeps me from falling. Thank God. Thank God. I feel, last year, and I couldn't take him anywhere with me because I just had him neutered that month. And I'm like, oh, hell no. My baby's going to stay at home. He's going to heal. He's going to get all better. I'll give him 4 weeks. And I think it was like 3 weeks after I got him neutered. That's when I felt, and I was like, falling on the sidewalk, that hurts. And this is for me too, because it was about a week ago. Yeah, that my between my right knee, right ankle, right foot, man, it was hurting bad. Even though I had my mobility service dog with me, I'm telling you, I was hurting bad that day. And I was like, can I make it back home? And while I was walking, I was praying, but I wasn't paying attention what he was doing. He was doing his job, but apparently I was getting way too close to the side of the road, and that side of the road does not have it's like a little bridge up over that part of the creek, but there's no railings or anything, and he knew I was getting way too close, so he just kept like leaning up against me and pushing me out towards the middle of the road. I was like, oh good Lord, and I caught it. So I sent him back to the position where he's supposed to be, and we were walking on the side of the road again. Now you got to remember, this is the older side town. They do not have sidewalks there. You would think that they would, being the older side town, but no, they don't. They only put in the sidewalks for the newer side of town. And I can even show you, there's no sidewalks. None. Zilch. Nada. And he keeps checking in with me. And I got his little water bowl, collapsible water bowl today, just in case it gets a little overheated. And I try not to even allow any dog to ever go there. But, I keep an eye out on him to make sure that he's well within limits of cooling down. If he shows any signs of heat stroke, heat exhaustion, oh, my baby ain't going nowhere until it gets cold, and that probably won't be for like December. So, because even in November, it stays hot. But like I said, there is no sidewalks at all here on this older side of Killeen. Not zilch, nada. And I don't know whose idea that was at the time that they developed this side of the city. But you got people like me that have a disability and trying to make it, and I can't walk on the sidewalk because there is none. Now, they are working up here with some equipment, and this will immensely help me with, they're tearing up the little parking lot there for these little apartments here on the corner, which is probably a good thing. Probably a good thing. I like it. and it'll let me work with him. As you can see, he was just a little curious. He's a little curious. He's looking. Leave it. And I got him right back to where I needed him. But there's no sidewalks anywhere. Nowhere along here. Nowhere at all. And I'm like, how is a person with a disability supposed to walk? You know, come on, leave it. And that's the good thing about the two breeds that are up in him. I'm not even going to discuss that or anything. I had to. And he knew it. I dropped his traffic leash, and he just kind of stopped. I dropped the handlebar too because I am trying to. And I love this. Now we got the street sweeper out here. Yay! Rocky, this gives me a chance to work with you on different things today. Yes, sir. My Rocky Road ice cream. And I only named him that because he kind of does. He kind of has the markings of Rocky Road ice cream. Oh, good Lord, there's a dead animal around here. Phew. Ugh. It's a little trashy around here. See, there is no sidewalks. No sidewalks. That's somebody's driveway. Hang on. And I'm going down an incline here. And I gotta walk slower because I can feel my knee going click, 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 click. I didn't take my fish oil yet today. Yeah, I might take it later today. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Now, there is a slight sidewalk up here. Just a little one. And it needs to be redone. Seriously, it does. Ow, god dang my knee. It needs to be redone because you got your cracks here. It's not leveled. There's somebody like me where it's hard to pick up your feet. You know, that's not good. It's not good at all. And they got to come by and pick up trash, but it'll sit there for the next few years. But they sure do want to get up on everybody else but themselves. Darn city. Okay. Let's see. I have got to wait for this car to go by. And so I can get out here and walk. Now, as soon as I get across the street here, you're going to see there is no sidewalks. None. And this is why he kept pushing me towards the street because of if there was sidewalks here, the length of this road, on any road, here in Killeen, in the older section. Now I'm talking particularly about the older section. See, and it just goes like straight into a parking lot. I'm going to step up here with my baby. I'm not going to feel safe with him down there. And then those boards right there at this Red Man Bingo Hall have been sitting there for the past 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And nobody's cleaned it up. Nobody. Not city. And not the owner of this building there. So, like I said, no sidewalks. And it makes it a little difficult for me. And then the road's not even. It's... Leave it. Leave it. I'm used to giving cattle dog commands because my husband's retired seizure alert service dog. She's 12 and a half, but she is a cattle dog. She's border collie and red heeler mix. So that's what I'm saying, you know. Now these people here at this house, they have 100% and did so much for this house right here. This house right there. Oh, it was horrible, you know, before, and now they removed a lot of the rotten trees in the front yard. I don't know who did that. That ain't none of my business. But this house is gorgeous now. On the outside, I haven't seen the inside. It's none of my business anyway, so I'm not interested in the property, but you know what I mean. I didn't appreciate that, the dude back there whistling at my dog, trying to distract him. My dog has a mission. And yes, service dogs are considered medical equipment. He performs tasks for me. He alerts me, you know, when, like I said, no sidewalk, no sidewalk, no sidewalk, none. There is a little strip right there, but I have to be up on this side of the street and where I'm going. You're going to see here in a minute. Come on, baby. Leave it. Come by. That's a good boy. Yes, check in. So, like I said, he's a good boy. He tends to tuck his tail a little bit now and then. You know, but we're still working on that. We are still working on that. And the only reason why I got the handle for his harness, it kind of lets me direct him where he needs to go. Kind of. Now, I want to show you, and I'll get back to the story of what happened that day. Now, there's no railing here at this creek. None. I was getting a little too close to the log on the way back when I was going that way. Alright? And when I wasn't really paying attention. I'm deep in concentration of walking and praying and walking and stuff like that. So I wasn't like really paying attention. But he was. And before I knew it, I'm halfway out there in the street. Now, this is a historical church right here. And it's part of the Bell County, state of Texas, historical sites. And look how rotten the boards are along there. And up in there, you can tell that they had something up there at one time. But it's all rotten and everything. This is horrible. And this church was here built prior to 1882. Well, I shouldn't say the church itself, because it started off with the log cabin back there, the outhouses up over there. They still got that, but nobody has worked on that log cabin and repairing it. Nobody's worked on this church in years in fixing it up. Kids come along here, they break the windows. There's several windows on both sides towards the back that are broken out. You can see it looks horrible. You would think historical society, you know, would have the funds to fix it, and if you can't, then you need to remove it from the historical society. So, but there's windows around the back of this church and on the other side that are busted out by kids. And The roof isn't that good or anything like that. It's sad. Hi, my baby. Hi, my baby. Yes, my baby. But when I was out there in the middle of the road, because he knew that I wasn't paying attention, so he's trying to push me away from the side of the road. And when he was pushing me like that, I seen this little white sedan car drive by, and she kind of crossed the solid yellow lines there. Not supposed to cross a solid yellow line, but she did. So, oh lordy, there is broken glass here, and my dog does not have any dog shoes. Shoot, I don't like that. Idiots. And this is all city's property, and they don't come mow it down. But I sure want to get up on your case if it's 14 inches or higher. And all that rain has swelled up the creek here, which is kind of good. We needed that rain again. And it was raining good, and then it stopped for like a month. And now we got the rain back, and it's making this little creek down here. It's like keeping it moving. Ooh, I hate the smell of creek water. Ugh. It stinks. Come on. See, I dropped his handle by mistake, and he stopped. He stopped. So, now, we kind of have, on this part of the bridge up over this creek area, we do have somewhat of a sidewalk. Somewhat. There's a little bit of sidewalk up over there and on that side of the bridge also, up over the creek. Now, granted, the other one is a smaller creek area, but still, they should have some kind of railing there, just for the disabled people. So, and then, of course, we're back to, almost fell there. Ground is very, very uneven here. Very uneven. And there is no sidewalk. None. Zilch. And, okay, I'm trying to walk and talk, and my right ankle and foot are hurting me. So, now we're up here by this church, and they have somewhat of a sidewalk here, and which I'm immensely grateful for. But on the other side of the street, there is no sidewalk. None. 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 Mm-mm. And I'm fixing to show y'all that as soon as we get past this church, there's no sidewalk again. None. And it makes it harder for people with disabilities like me. And, ooh, we got a train coming. Yes, sir. Yes, we do. And that way you can get used to a train. I love things like today because it lets me work with my dog. And he immensely deserves that. I have to put him through every kind of scenario to help him. Between, the little digger back there that was leveling out that parking lot. Now look, no sidewalk. No sidewalk. Now this at one time was an entrance to whatever was back here. I have no idea. It was before my time. I have no idea. And then, ooh, a train. Hi, rock. Rock 'em, suck 'em. Yeah, and see, Now, they have an interest here for these little apartments, efficiency apartments that they have back here. And now we're back to no sidewalk. No sidewalk. Ow, God bless America, my ankle. And I'm not trying to be funny here. It really does. It hurts. Good boy. Come on. We're going to work through this. I don't care. Well, I do. And see, this is why I walk out here in the street. I have no choice but to walk out here in the street because there's no sidewalk. And the ground's uneven, in which I understand it's got to slope down towards the gutter here, so that way the water runs off down there towards the creek. Put in a sidewalk and we wouldn't have this problem. And I can walk up on the sidewalk. It just kind of ticks me off. It's horrible. Now I'm up in the parking lot and it's uneven and everything, so I really got to be careful in how I walk along here. If you see the camera moving at weird angles, I got the camera up in my right hand, but I'm trying to use my left hand for my dog, because every time I have to move my glasses back up on my face or anything, he turns around. He's like, he'll stop. Now, like I was saying back a few days ago, the detective for Killeen Police Department, I'm not going to use her name because she didn't do anything wrong. She was honestly just worried about me, asking me if I was okay and everything. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. I'm just, my ankle, my knee, my foot, they all hurt. And these lights do not last this long. They don't. See what I mean? And they don't have crosswalk buttons here where you can press it to get across the street. They don't even have crosswalks here at all. And no sidewalks. And look how uneven this is. It's a hazard. It is. It's a hazard. And I don't like that. Ooh, and we got locomotives. You can tell he's a little nervous by it. He keeps looking around, looking back, looking around. But I'm not allowing him to go there. My hand is steady pressure up on the handle. And plus I got his traffic leash up in my left hand. I'm not allowing him to shut down on me emotionally. He's got to keep going. He does. And look how bad that is. That's all uneven ground. And they expect people to walk along here and stay up out of the street. But there's no sidewalks for people to stay up out the street. Yeah. And look how horrible this ground is. It's just horrible. And I'm trying to keep myself safe. I'm definitely going to keep my dog safe. If anything happens to me, it happens to me. It's not going to happen to my dog. Oh, hell no. No. So, alright, beautiful people. I'm going to post this and I'll be back in a little bit. Alright. Love y'all. Y'all come back now, you hear?